So we've moved on a couple of days. The weather's slightly wetter but holding dry for us for the moment, and the focus has moved from carving poppies on the legs of vanquished to celebrating Victor as victorious in this year's Roundabout of the Year award. We're just waiting for some of the key personalities to arrive, and we'll be getting going on a little ceremony. So I'm talking to Penny. Penny, what's been your role in the project?
Really, sourcing timber, Clive. It was we had an oak tree which we'd had to cut bits off, and we realised there was a limb that was going to have to come down in a few years' time. So I said to the other residents, all right, if we sort of pass this on to Philip, and they said, oh, yeah, okay. So we watched it come out and be retrieved from the hedge line, and it's now the knight's left arm.
There was an awful lot of work went in advance to try and identify what shapes they would need, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. Yes, I think that was quite complex. Looking at the maquette, how on earth they sort of managed to get all the bits they needed is quite intriguing, really. It was lovely to feel that something from Bushley is up here now.
So here we are, 6 months on. How do you feel about them now? Do you think they're working?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's absolutely intriguing. And I hear so many comments in the Abbey about, about the statues. 99.9% of them positive. The Roundabout of the Year, yay, it's good.
Wonderful.
After 17 years, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, wow.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Clive.
Well, I'm talking to Brian and Neil Hartell here. Guys, what was your involvement in the project?
We dug all the groundwork, the shuttering and the concreting. We didn't have no problems at all, did we?
No, and we done sorted out the road management. Moved all the cones around when they needed to move around with the lorries and stuff.
People just don't appreciate when you drive past now and you see them. They think they just sort of arrived here and having to close off a busy roundabout.
That's right. It was a bit of a job, but it went well. It went well.
How many tons of concrete are under here? Do you remember that?
I think it's around about 12 metres of concrete. So each metre is 2.2 tonne.
So there's a lot of concrete under this. So these aren't going anywhere. They're well fixed to the ground.
I hope not. But yeah, it was all right. It's quite a good job.
What did you think when you heard it had won Roundabout of the Year award?
Seems all the work was gone into it and how long it's took to get them here. I think it's a real good thing.
I think what brought it home for me was seeing it on the cover of the Tewkesbury Residents Handbook.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, these have gone from being something that the Battlefield Society are working on to being something that Tewkesbury just accepts as theirs.
That's right, yeah.
It's been a real pleasure to have you involved in this, and thanks ever so much for all you've done for us.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you.
You've helped make them happen.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We enjoyed doing it, didn't we?
Yeah, it was. It was a really good job.
It's an unusual job, wasn't it?
Excellent.
It's not like digging footings for houses or anything like that. It's somewhat a bit unusual.
Footings for horses.
And you can see it, can't we? Every time we do that, we've done that.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us today, and
okay.
thanks for talking to me.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Well, I'm talking to councillors Claire Wright and Brian Corway. Now, both of you have been local councillors throughout the whole life of the project. And Claire, you've been both town mayor and borough mayor while we've been doing it. And indeed, you were the borough mayor on the day that we dedicated them and presented them to the town.
It was my last duty. Yes, I ceased to be mayor the following day, so this was my very last duty, which was wonderful.
It must have been quite something to see this project grow from its initial idea as a town council sponsored idea.
Absolutely. I mean, it was many years ago it started, wasn't it? But it's such a good advert for the town. I mean, it's had national coverage, and it's something that Tewkesbury needs, obviously. Positive messages for people who want to visit us.
And is this what you envisaged all those years ago when you saw that little maquette?
I don't think you could have imagined anything quite so beautiful and such an amazing entrance to the town. And I've seen people riding round and round and round, so they can have a proper look.
It's so important. This is something that the people of Tewkesbury did for themselves.
Absolutely.
Most of the money for it came from them. We had some very useful grants. We had a lot of very useful sort of helping kind from many of the people around us today.
Yes.
But this is something that Tewkesbury has done for itself, isn't
Makes
it?
it even more special, I think, doesn't
Yes,
it?
quite.
Yeah.
And Roundabout of the Year.
Yes.
Wow.
Did you see that coming?
Incredible.
No, not at all.
Well, I can't imagine a better one, can you?
No.
It's going to take some beating, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Absolutely right. I mean, we've got the nature reserve in Prospect, and that's absolutely
Yeah, we're a town that's capable of actually taking a project from the start all the way
Yes.
through to delivery. Well, now when the big nationals are looking for something and they Google Tewkesbury, they'll come up with roundabouts, not floods.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us today. It's great to have people that have seen this right the way through from the beginning. So enjoy the day.
Well, thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
Yeah, very grateful for the invitation.
Thank you both.
Clive, very
Bye-bye.
much.
Before the rain comes down on us, I'm catching a quick last interview with Geraldine, Ellie and Joe. What have you been doing to help get these sculptures up here?
Well, I was helping fundraise for them, so organised barn dance, raffle, all sorts of things.
And you two have been involved in all that as well, haven't you? You've been behind the scenes helping, carrying stuff. I've seen you just about everything we've done.
Yes, they
haven't
come
we?
along to everything.
And what do you think about it now that it's here?
It's really cool. I like it. I like it because it's going to be there for a long time, so people can see it in like 100 years and ago.
Yeah, and you, Ellie?
Because I think it represents a time that they had to fight.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like commemorating what they did.
Well, I think it's time to get those trolleys out and tell them up to now. Thanks very much.
I forgot my coat.
I'm talking to Kevin Beresford, who's president of the Roundabout Appreciation Society of Great Britain. Is that right?
Correct, the UK Roundabout.
UK Roundabout Appreciation.
Yes.
How did it all come about, Kevin?
I think it was Colin Bell mentioned it to me. He said that they're building a roundabout here that depicts the War of the Roses battle. And I thought that'd be just up my street. So I came to the actual unveiling ceremony. And as soon as I approached it from just down that Gloucester Road there. It was one of the most imposing roundabouts that I've ever encountered. It reminded me of a film, The Wicker Man. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the final scenes because of the size of the thing. And I wouldn't say it was daunting. Imposing was the word. And I thought that's got to be in the running for one of the best of British Roundabouts awards.
So how long's the award been running?
Since 2003. Last year it was the Duck Pond Roundabout in Otterford in Kent. And the year previously, it was a roundabout in Holsworth in York with a working windmill that actually produced flour. It has to be something special to win the Roundabout of the Year award.
And what kicked the idea off right at the beginning? Because it's a very British thing to celebrate a roundabout with an award scheme.
It is a very British thing, isn't it? Because a roundabout almost depicts I don't know, the way the British feel about things. A roundabout is based on etiquette and decorum. It's not like robotic traffic lights. You approach the roundabout at your own chosen speed. You choose when you join that gyratory flow on the roundabout. It's a pretty much now after you sort of thing. And I think that appeals to the British sense of etiquette. It also gives a local council brimming with a little civic pride the perfect opportunity to either plant a work of art or a beautiful landscape garden. And that's the whole beauty of a roundabout. You can put anything on a roundabout. They're the most expressive thing on the road network. They're a blank canvas, really, aren't they?
And we all see hundreds of them, and so many of them are like a polo mint. They're a road with a hole in the middle.
It seems
and we're trying
that
to turn them into something far more exciting, a work of art with a road around it.
Oh, exactly, and I think Tewkesbury have come up with such a wonderful example of that. They are blank canvases, and more councils now are employing local sculptors or artists to come up with an idea to go on these round pieces of architecture.
If anybody wants to know the secret, tell them all they need is 17 years worth of planning and fundraising, and they could be Roundabout of the Year in 2031 or something like that.
Well, you never know, do you?
Yeah, we'll start them off from here.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Enjoy your visit.
My pleasure.
I'm talking to the town mayor, Chris Danter.
Good morning.
Chris, the town council started all this off all those years ago by sponsoring the competition to select a design for the sculpture here on the roundabout. We're here now 6 months after they were completed. They're part of the town. What's your feeling about them?
It's absolutely fantastic. A modern monument to the town and the battle and everything that these people do.
And how do you think the people of the town feel about them?
They're very proud. It really is becoming a tourist attraction, dare I say.
Good. Well,
Yes,
that's one of the reasons they're there, isn't it? To
yes.
mark the entrance to the town. Roundabout of the Year. How do you feel about that?
Wow. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, Tewkesbury does some really great things, and this has topped them all, I think. I really do.
It was lovely to see us in the national papers, wasn't it?
It was, yes. Quite unexpected, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
we we knew it was coming, but we never expected it to be splashed all over all the big dailies.
No.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for joining us today.
No, it's a pleasure.
I think we've got
Absolute
a small
pleasure.
presentation coming up in a minute, but
Lovely.
I'll let you take our youngest supporter for a good look around them.
He wants to get on top.
I bet you do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big event. This is the moment we're here for today. This is the presentation of the Roundabout of the Year award in the shape of a couple of the calendars that are presented by the Roundabouts Appreciation Society of the United Kingdom. It is United Kingdom, isn't it?
It is the United Kingdom.
But the Germans are really interested in it as well. We've got everybody here who's been involved. We're from the sculptor, Phil Buse over there. We've got the Battlefield Society around us. We've got all the local companies that have helped bring this about. But to receive the award, we've got the town and the borough mayors and the chairman of the society. So, Kevin, over to you.
On behalf of the UK Roundabout Appreciation Society, I'd like to present these two calendars, the best of British roundabouts, worldwide famous calendars, I might add, to the two respective mayors of Tewkesbury.
That's very kind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shall we say something?
My pleasure.
Yes, please do.
I've done my bit.
Yeah, have you? That's very kind, Chris. I think it's tremendous that this whole thing, Kevin's work in getting this nationally recognised. Once it's in the Daily Mail, it's everywhere, isn't it? And particularly the sculptor for making such a fine job of it. But I think it's commercially interesting as well. People are talking about this roundabout. People I've never met are ringing me and talking about this roundabout. And I think it can only be good for the town and the commerce. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with some of the team that have been involved with this project right from the beginning. Phil Buse, the sculpture, and Steve, Ruth and Jeff from the Battlefield Society. Here we are, it's finally up.
It's settled in, yeah,
It's
hopefully.
settled.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's grand. Yeah, so it feels like a final topping off ceremony, is it?
Yeah, but it does feel like it's been there forever, doesn't it?
It does actually, yes,
it's
it's weathered.
just in the video now.
Yes, yeah.
It changes colour with the seasons as well,
Yeah.
which is good. And you can get some really good photographs. Steve was telling us about a rainbow yesterday from over there. We've had harvest moons, and we've had sunsets, and we've had the flowers, the wild seeds. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And we deserve Roundabout of the Year.
Now we're waiting for snow. Yeah, that's the one thing we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them in the snow yet.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Yes, we have.
in the building dock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, yes, yeah, that's a
But
point.
not
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
6 inches of snow on
will
one
be.
of the photographs.
Oh yeah, it's been through all weathers. This one,
Filled
yeah.
with frostbite.
The hard birth, yeah. But yeah, it will be interesting. You're right. So that'll give it a completely new dimension. Yeah.
Well, there'll be a queue of photographers a mile long the day we get snow up here.
Yes. Is it true you're building a photographer's lay-by here? Isn't it?
A hide,
Yeah, and a seat, photographer's seat.
Yes, we're going to get 2 benches, one either side, one here, and so that Steve can deliver his speech when he does his battle walks.
No, it'll be so that in my really declining years, I can hobble up here and sit and watch the sun go down on the best goddamn horses in Gloucestershire County.
to borrow a quote.
A good quote, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
We're just going to start thinking about what's going to go on the other side now.
Well, we know what's going on the other side. King Canute.
Thanks for the
Yes, and if this rain keeps up, we'll be needing it.
Really enjoyed that.
Thanks very much, guys.
Okay, and thank you.
Dive into the pub.
Thank you, Colin.
Thanks, Colin. So, that wraps up our final YouTube update on the Sculptures project at Tewkesbury. It's a beautiful day here. The rain stopped, and here they are. Arrivall, Victor, and across the road there, Vanquished. 17 years of hard work for the Battlefield Society, but definitely worth it. Thank you for watching, thank you for following, and thank you to Colin, Pam and the team for videoing it all and carefully putting it all together and keeping everybody updated as to what we're doing. And we look forward to bringing you news of our next project, whatever that might be. Goodbye.